Game 78 of the Phillies regular season brings them to Detroit, Michigan as they take on the Detroit Tigers. Welcome to episode 2 of Phillies Phan Podcast here on Big Fan Sports. I am your host, Jaden Harper. Let's look at the tail of the tape in between the Phillies and the Detroit Tigers. The Phillies come into this series with the best record in baseball at 51-26, which is also first in the National League East, which gives them a 7-game lead over the second-place Atlanta Braves. But the Phillies have lost 4 consecutive road series. They have not won a road series since the middle of May. But they still do have a 99.8% chance to make the postseason, according to Fangraphs, which is the best out of any team in Major League Baseball. The Phillies also come into the series with the best ERA in baseball and the best run differential in baseball. Now look at the Tigers, who are 36-41, which is the 4th best record in the American League Central Division. They sit 14 games back of the first place Cleveland Guardians. Last series they won against the White Sox this past weekend. They are 5.5 games back currently of the American League wildcard. It has been 1,881 days since the last time they beat the Philadelphia Phillies. Current Philly Spencer Turnbull recorded the win for Detroit, and Nick Castellanos went 2 for 5 with a double and scored a run. Right now, Detroit has a 6.8% chance to make the postseason, a 1% chance to win the American League Central Division. Tonight, the Phillies will send out Aaron Nola to start Game 1 of the 3-game series. So far this season, Nola has started in 15 games, has an 8-3 record, a 3.54 ERA, which is best for 20th in the National League, through 94 innings, 84 strikeouts, 25 walks, and a 1.1 WAR. Against Detroit, in his career, he started 4 games, a 2-0 record, a 1.40 ERA, in 25 innings, 31 strikeouts, including his most recent performance, which was last June when he took a no-hitter into the 8th inning against the Detroit Tigers. The Phillies ended up winning that game. Tonight will be his 5th start against Detroit. Starting for the Tigers tonight is Casey Mize, the former top 10 overall pick in the MLB draft. Mize is finally finding his footing after missing a full season last year. He's now bounced back into full form. This year has a 4.43 ERA in 69 innings, a 0.6 WAR. This will be his first start against the Phillies. At home this season, he has started 7 games. He has an 0-2 record, a 3.26 ERA through 38 innings. That's been one key thing for Detroit pitchers this year. They have struggled within the wins category because their offense has been towards the bottom of the barrel when it comes to scoring runs and supporting the pitching staff. Tonight will be a special night for Phillies right fielder Nick Castellanos, as it marks the first time since he was traded back in 2019 that he will be able to play in Comerica Park in front of fans. Castellanos started his first 6 years in the major leagues with the Detroit Tigers, hitting over 100 home runs, driving in over 400 runs in a little over 800 games. He also has found success in Comerica Park throughout his career in over 400 games. He has 46 home runs and over 200 runs batted in. Interestingly enough for Castellanos, his last game in front of fans at Comerica Park while playing for the Tigers was against the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies won that game 4-0. That was the last time these two teams have actually met in Detroit. That was back on July 24th, 2019. Also for Castellanos, he finished 8th in 2014 Rookie of the Year voting as a Tiger. A Phillies killer of the series for the Detroit Tigers is Mark Canha. Canha has always found success against the Phillies, including his time when he was with New York. In 26 games in his career against the Phillies, he has a .266 batting average, 3 doubles, 5 home runs, and 19 RBIs. He has some most famous moments against the Phillies, including in August 2022, when he hit 2 pivotal home runs for the Mets against the Phillies in a come-from-behind victory for New York. So far this season, through 71 games, he has 60 hits, 6 home runs, 30 RBIs, and he has a 0.9 WAR for Detroit. According to ESPN, the Phillies have a 61.8% chance of winning tonight's ball game with Aaron Nola on the mound. The Phillies, last time they played Detroit, swept them out of Philadelphia. That was last June when Taijuan Walker, Aaron Nola, and Zach Wheeler all carried no-hitters through 5 or more hittings. So the Phillies look for that same success in their first trip to Detroit in over 5 years. Aaron Nola looks to lead the Phillies to victory tonight at 6:40 Eastern Time. Make sure to stay tuned for post-game coverage once the final strike is thrown. Thank you for watching the second episode of the Phillies Fan Podcast here on Big Fan Sports, and I'll see you next time.